Hello, my Hooked Honeys, and welcome back to Hooked. If you're new here, my name is Leanne, and Hooked is basically where we talk about some true crime stories and do some crochet projects together. And on today's episode, we will be talking about three women whose names are Sierra Muse, Tiffany Parrish, and Dawn Clover. Also, I will be trying to finish this because I started it forever ago and I just gave up on it. But before we get into that, have y'all heard about all these like plane crashes? And it's not just like one or two, it's a lot of them, from like crashes in the air to crash landings to whole ass planes just disappearing. Like, what's going on? It's it's too much. I feel like it's connected somehow, but we don't gotta talk about it. We don't even gotta get into there. So as y'all can see, I'm not in the pod lab, and of course I forgot my candle. So we're gonna just skip that part for today. On December 14th of 2024, yes, just a few months ago, police were called to the south side of Columbus by DeAndre Hurden. Three women were found dead in a home on Ohio Ave. DeAndre claimed he was going by the house to check on the wife of a longtime friend of his who had got killed earlier that week. None of the three women found in the home were the wife of his deceased friend. In fact, he didn't know any of those women. None of them. He then later said that the woman he was looking for wasn't there because she was at the hospital being treated for cancer. My thing is, if you knew this, why did you go over there in the first place? Right? Like, right? Whatever. That's besides the point. DeAndre said he walked into the house but didn't notice that there was anyone hurt. He didn't go that far. He just seen that the door was open a little and just looked in. Once he was back outside, he said that there was a very suspicious neighbor who offered him Narcan, which is basically like an over-the-counter drug, and also encouraged DeAndre to search the rest of the house. This neighbor told him that there were women in and out of the house, and he later seen three men going into the house with assault rifles. Okay. So, y'all, this information made DeAndre go back into the house. And that's when he noticed that there was a woman shot in there. So, let me get this straight, right? You got told that information and still went back into the house? No one thought to call the police? So nobody thought like, hey, this is now an active crime scene. Maybe I should call and wait for the police. I honestly don't think he had anything to do with the triple murder, but it's very weird the way he went about like the whole thing. Now, when officers got there, DeAndre was standing next to his U-Haul in the alley, which he did state on the 911 call. Officers expected to find one deceased female in the house. But when they went in, they found all three, and all three of them was dead. DeAndre did tell the police that the house was being used as a trap house, which is basically a place where drug users would congregate and do drugs. And at this time, everyone thought that the murders were drug related. The women who died were all mothers and all under the age of 50. Sierra Muse, who was 34, Tiffany Parrish, who was 36, and Dawn Clover, who was 49. All of them were shot in the head once, except for Dawn. She was shot in the back of her head and shot under her arm, according to autopsy reports. Sierra and Tiffany's bullets traveled from the front of their bodies to the back. There were visible signs of powder burns that appear on the skin when the muzzle flash of a firearm occurs at close range. So basically when they were shot point blank. The three women also had multiple drugs in their system at the time of their deaths, including fentanyl and methamphetamines. The police made a statement saying that there was a connection between the women and the young man, Daryl Hambrick, who was 45, who was shot on 700 East Moeller, like a block and a half away from the South Ohio house where the females live. That murder is what DeAndre was talking about. That happened. That was the murder that happened earlier in the week or whatever. So the police basically thought that these murders were connected. The aunt of one of the ladies told her mom that she knows who killed Daryl and was thinking of going to police, but never got the chance to talk to them for some reason. I'm not really 100% sure what happened there and why she wasn't able to talk to them. But the police was able to arrest one person, but they are still like looking for more information. If you have any information on the case, please contact the Columbus Police Department. Well, my hooked honeys, that was the case of the 3 women found dead in a home on Ohio Ave. And this happened just before the holiday, which makes it that much more sadder. Even though these women had their own personal problems, they didn't deserve to have their lives taken from them. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please like and subscribe. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram at HookWTrueCrime. Love y'all. Bye.